What's up everybody, welcome back to a new episode. So interestingly, this location that these rebels have spawned have changed from Italy. Lithuania is no longer a valid rival. Yeah, so I was thinking about a few things in the between episodes, in the break, and basically these Protestant nations absolutely despise us for enforcing religion on their neighbours. You can see negative 119. And so, as uncomfortable as it sounds, I think we're going to try and what I'm trying to say is I think we'd be better off, perhaps we would be better off not enforcing religion, because anybody who we enforce religion on, or anybody who we do not enforce religion on, is going to absolutely hate us, and we can't enforce religion on them until they like us. So I think it's going to take a very long time before we actually achieve this. I mean, look at this modifier, negative 120, and it only improves by 1.5 yearly. I mean, how many years will it take? Of course, we would want to form the empire sooner rather than later in order to actually utilize the vassal swarm to conquer the world. So I think the decision that I have made is what we can do is we're gaining authority so easily. And of course, imperial authority increases the likelihood that people vote for you, that nations vote for you. So I think what we're going to try and do is let our authority go way up, and by that probably up to 100. And with that combined with me improving relations with each one of these nations, and with letting time go past, yeah, let's hope that we get everybody's vote, because I don't really know what else to say. It doesn't really look like it's doable anytime soon unless we use that kind of approach. Regardless, let's go back to war here. I think I'm just going to wait till next month to see what our other rival options are. Basically Russia and England. I don't wish to rival either of those. I think we will turn our sights towards England very soon. We will have to. But in the meantime, let's utilize them. He's got a really good general there, but his stack is so small. Of course, I always repeat myself, but what we're really hanging out for to make world conquest doable is that personal union over Russia. And honestly, at this stage of the game, it's gotten later and later, and I'm not feeling very confident that it will happen, let's put it that way. Now, we can enforce religion on nations through warfare, of course, and that's something that I fully intend to do. Like, we should be able to separate peace Lorraine and enforce religion on him. This is strange. There's another war going on. Holland is attacking into Sweden. Let's hope that they actually win. So it looks like all of the Catholics are voting for us, by the looks of this. And, well, except for down here. These nations hate us for breaking vassalage with them. But I'm pretty sure in due time they would vote for us. It's really the Protestants. I'm really going to focus on gaining each vote systematically to the best of my ability. "10 years of increased diplomatic cost of annexing dudes." That's a little bit unfortunate. Oh, he conquered my capital so quickly. Now that we have a lot of money, let's make sure to build a fort in our capital, because that's just ridiculous. That's something we did a long time ago, was delete the fort in our capital. And I think it's about time we make a new one, now that we have a lot of money lingering around. Because it is really awkward not having a fort in our capital. Like, he sieged that so quickly. Nowadays that they have cannons, etc. Well, we just got an event there which actually gave us population and finally finish off that colony, but it also changed the religion. Looks like it's no problem for the French colony though, they're just going to convert that up, which is cool. Now I hope by enforcing religion through warfare, I hope that you do not gain a relations penalty with your neighbours. Let's quickly check that. So it's 117 right now. He's just about ready to accept those terms. So I suspect that colony was costing us a fair amount. Oh, gold rush. Wow. Wow, our inflation is really in trouble though. Okay, it was 117. Now Lorraine is Catholic. And it's still 117. Very good. So enforcing religion via warfare is definitely a way to do it. Of course, we cannot declare on nations directly though. And we can only do it on nations, considering they are indirect, we can only do it on nations with a total of 50 or less. So very few, in other words. Like a lot of these one province miners we could do it on, but otherwise enforcing religion is not much of an option. So I do want to keep an eye on Switzerland. Right now we're improving relations with Switzerland. They're sitting at -91 and they're not voting for us, understandably. But as our imperial authority raises higher and higher, and as their relations improve with time, that's going to kind of be proof of concept. If we can acquire their vote, then we should be able to acquire just about everybody's vote, every member of the empire. Ah, nice. We're going to be able to enforce religion on Bremen here. I didn't even realize that. Very good. Looking at the French side of things, France is so wealthy that I'm sure they would have industrialized their nation for the most part. We are going to turn our sights towards England. I was really hoping we could at least PU England as well. One method that we can use to conquer Russia is feed Novgorod, who barely exists. There's only a little bit of core that they have, but of course, if we had a Russian Orthodox vassal and Russia was our rival, they would claim all of their land up. And being Russian primary culture and Orthodox religion, they would hold on to the land very easily. It would be very stable. So that's a method we could do for sure, is just feed a vassal into them. But the amount of time that it would take. because Russia's just such a big savage. Okay, let's annul their alliance with Spain. That's good. We have to be very strategic about breaking each of these nations' alliances and so on. Like with Lithuania over here, we have the opportunity to break their alliance with our nations within inside the empire, but I'm actually not going to do that because we want to enforce religion on them. Oh, I didn't even realize my admin was capped. And there it is, Tech 17, our first admin efficiency. So by the way, I did a little bit of investigating in between the games, and we are the #1 nation in terms of development, which is no surprise at this point, having integrated all of France and being a very large super Austria like this. Prior to us actually wrecking the Ottomans with, I mean, all of this here and this were the Ottomans, and of course they now have overseas in Egypt. Prior to us doing that, they were the #1 in terms of base tax. At least I think they were. Or excuse me, development, not base tax. Either they were or Ming was, but currently it is Ming second to us, then Russia is third, then the Ottomans are still fourth, and Spain is there's a huge gap between the Ottomans and the Spanish, but Spain has about 400 development. So that's the kind of ranking in terms of course development is how much land that they have that you wish to take for yourself, and as long as Ming remains stable, we should be able to defeat him in one large war of protectorating him. That's wonderful. If we could do the same to the second largest nation of the PU, that would just be the absolute dream. But I'm going to have to come to terms soon with it not happening, because it's going to take a long time to conquer all of Russia. So I think if it doesn't happen in the next 50 years, I'm just going to have to come to terms with that. But so badly. I've been trying to kill my royal bloodline. Not sure there's any reason to actually demand that back. It actually upsets Terraire, I think, so I'm not going to do that. I think I will feed Kiev from this war, why not? If the Russians siege these two provinces up before we do, though, they're going to hold on to them. The Russians essentially will not hand any of this land over. Damn it. Ah, nice. Kiev has this one. Don't you siege it. Nice. Who is sieging this? We are sieging Frankfurt. Very good. Which is Catholic, unfortunately. We have so much money we don't even know what to do with it, but that's not a bad thing. Because our overall economy is actually not that strong at the moment. I suspect the Polish will lose all of this land to the Prussians. Switzerland is still not voting for us at -30, and our relations are almost as high as they could be. I have faith that it's going to happen, man. I'm going to systematically improve relations so we have +100 with every single heretic in the empire, and we're going to use our 100 imperial authority to sway their vote. We're also not annexing any vassals anytime soon, and that basically means we're going to have, in 4 years, we're going to have 11 Diplo reputation. That will also really help us. Another thing I can do, we have so many Diplo slots, we could actually, say there was one nation who wouldn't vote for us, like Bohemia, for instance, we could actually, after improving relations really high with them, we could actually ally them and royal marriage them up and everything to achieve their vote that way. Okay, it looks like it's just Lithuania who needs to be peaced. And the Empire finally has a nice common border. So we can almost officially say that this huge chunk of Europe is all our empire at this stage. Okay, that war was fairly productive. We should be looking at expanding into Brittany as well. And doing that would allow us to vassalize the knights through warfare, because he's a tiny little guy. We could also vassalize Riga, by the looks of things. from that war. Or alternatively, we could just take their provinces. I'm sure we have the coring range. I'm not sure if we have the coring range on Riga. I would suggest we do. How far is our... Well, we have our colony out here, so that doesn't count. We could probably just fully annex Riga and Malta from this war. Nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, there's no enforcing religion on those three allies. How's our aggressive expansion doing? It's pretty grim, to be honest. If we were to... Not that it matters that much, but it's relations, you know? Okay, what else could we be doing that's productive in this time? We have truce with most nations. I'm really surprised that Sweden is not doing well at all. Like, how often is it that Norway still exists for the most part at this stage of the game? I definitely want to annex Riga given the opportunity, because that will give us CB against the Livonian Order. We can bring that land into the Empire. So that's definitely something we can do. I feel like that war would be fairly productive. So how about we just take one province or so from Brittany, and that will put them below fully annexable range? Because right now we can't actually annex the whole nation regardless. So how about we take this province? And, oh, that's the capital. How about we just take Arma, just for the lols? And dealing with their allies, we will fully annex Malta, fully annex Riga if we can, otherwise we will vassalize them. I feel like that's fairly productive use of our time. So I'm going to have to pull out our navy. In order to take troops over to Malta. Of course, the aggressive expansion that we're acquiring is going to be worse with Catholics, because Brittany is Catholic and so are these nations. Which is good, because the Catholics look incredibly favourable on us in regards to our votes, etc. The English have some exiled troops there, which is quite unfortunate. Whoa, that's a fort level 5. The forts are starting to get really quite powerful in Europe at the moment. Regardless, this has been over 30 minutes, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm going to go ahead and call this episode here, but I think you guys can all sort of see what is to be expected of next episode. As I just described it, we're going to be taking a few provinces here and there, not doing anything that much more productive. Of course, the real productive war is with the Ottomans, which is in 7 years' time, taking huge, copious amounts of land. and also with this nation to some extent. If I really would like Malta, because that's going to allow us to basically expand into Africa through our own accord at this stage, and we will. It has 50% increased coring cost, but as it is overseas, you fool! We can be doing that already. Let's begin fabricating. I genuinely didn't. It didn't occur to me we can be doing that already, just claiming Tunis's land. So let's begin doing that. Regardless, I'll see you next time.